Following that motion, the mayor will be swearing those officers in. When we go to reports, at the time that we have a report from our police chief, we will be going into an executive session with our Chief Athletic. It's a personnel session that he has asked for. And then when we go to motion 10A, to approve the ASPE contract, we will be going into an executive session at that time with Mr. Langer and our counsel.
Dave Rebella. Here. Hello. Yes. Dave Rebella. Here. Thank you. Nancy Sherlock.
Here.
Fred Kerner.
Present.
Victor Cicero.
Right here.
Jeff Johnson. Green Chronicle.
Here.
Sid Parker.
Here.
Todd Sanford.
Still here.
Becky Smith.
Here.
Sean Kilkenny.
Here.
Tom Bates and Robert both here.
Okay. We don't have any special presentations this evening. Can we have the hearing of the public at this time, please?
Hi, good evening. I'm Debbie Colgan, 120 West Henderson Avenue. I'm here on behalf of the Morrisville Environmental Advisory Council with a few pieces of information on activities that we'll be having this spring. This Saturday, April 26th, from 10 to 12, we'll be having our annual riverfront cleanup at the Reserve, meeting at Delmore and Philadelphia Avenues. So we're looking forward to any volunteers that can come out. If it's pouring down rain, we'll have it the next day. Then on Sunday, April 27th, we're really lucky we have a naturalist, Marianne Borsch, who is an experienced naturalist at Bowman's Hill and other places. She has a blog. She's really a great resource for us. And she's going to be leading a walk at the preserve to look at what's coming up, plants, trees, who's visiting, what birds, other types of things. So we're really lucky. It's really a great opportunity for people to come out and learn what the preserve really has to offer. She'll be doing walks every season, and we'll have those dates determined as we go along. Also, on Saturday, May 17th, we're having our annual Greystone Woods cleanup. That will be from 9 to 12, and the rain date will be the next day, Sunday, from 1 to 3. So any volunteers that can come out for that, we'd really appreciate it. And the EAC will also be having regularly scheduled cleanups to help control weeds, help maintain trails. We'd like to keep our trails open this year. We're really ready to do that now. We've gotten a lot of the eradication, a lot of the invasives somewhat controlled. So we will be doing weeding and trail work on Sunday, June 1st from 3 to 5 p.m. And we will be having more. So if anyone is interested on a regular basis on coming out and helping us, that would be really terrific. And lastly, I just wanted to mention that we now have a brochure to explain all about the Morrisville Riverfront Preserve. This is a really great brochure, and anyone that can share this information to everybody, we hope that you'll share it. And if anyone wants a copy now, I've got a copy for you. So,
You can leave some downstairs if you have enough.
yeah, I think there's some downstairs already.
I put some at the library, and I saw there's some at Science Center as well.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So if anyone has any other spot that you could put these, we have a good number of them through our grant. In fact, we just closed out one of our grants, hopefully. And this is what was the last product that we got out of it. We're also got tree tags. We're going to be tagging some of the trees down at the preserve.
Quick question on May 17th, the Greystone Point. What is the time of the non-raining day?
The non-rainy day is 9 to 12.
What time?
Do you provide anything?
Bags. I would say bring gloves. Wear gloves would be the most appropriate thing. We have bags. Okay.
And what time is the walk with Marion Ford?
The walk of Marion. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. The walk of Marion Forge is at 1:30.
And the
posting in compliance with the Sunshine Law. This meeting, in accordance with the advertisement that I just read and the posting that I just reviewed, said it was April 21st, which is today. So therefore, that and the fact that all members of this body had notice of this meeting, so therefore it meets all three facets of the Sunshine Law. So I suggested in abundance of caution, and Ms. Sherlock add that to the agenda so there could be no question that it was ratified as a correctly advertised public meeting.
What number?
Anyone else this evening from the audience?
Where are you putting it?
Oh,
Yeah,
that-
great.
We're putting in, we're making it 10A now.
10A.
Just, I'm gonna move all those numbers down, letters.
Patricia Shell, 62 Grandview Avenue. I had a question over something that was mentioned last month. It was mentioned that they had Mr. Kilkenny research paying the council salaries, which they had taken out of the budget. So I have a question, is how much was the cost of the research? Because that did not benefit one person in the tax-paying body of Morrisville. It only benefited the council, who was going to take salary after they took it out of the budget. So I think it's a conflict of interest if you go to pay that bill, and on top of it, I think since it didn't benefit the taxpayers at all, the council, the four who voted in favor of that, are the four that should be paying that bill. Okay, my next question is, I understand that there is a letter floating around that was sent by Mr. Kilkenny's law firm to the residents of Morrisville, asking if they would like to have their taxes lowered. Now, I totally find that such a conflict of interest that a form letter went out to people living in the borough, signed by Sean Kilkenny, asking them if they at all would like to have him represent them to have their taxes lowered. I mean, I think that we're in financial stress enough in this town that we don't have to have a law firm, going out and soliciting business to have our taxes lowered by certain people. Okay, and then my next thing, I've heard people come up here and they have been addressing Borough Council about open space with the MR Ryder property. And I have a little bit of conflict myself here with this, because as far as I know, we the taxpayers through the school district already own the property at MR Ryder. And then I hear people coming up here and saying, please, please, please make it open space and pay for it through open space money. Now, there's no such thing as free money. Open space money comes from Bucks County taxes, from taxes forever. So why would we be asked to spend tax money to purchase property that we already own? Since we do owe it, So my personal feelings is if the school board decides that they want that as open space, they should be donating it to the borough or just transferring it for $1. Because we, the taxpayers, already own that land. Why should open space money be paying for it again? Okay, now my next thing is on tonight. Motion to approve the ASME contract. Who negotiated that contract?
We'll discuss that when it comes to motion.
Well, what happens if we have
There's no
questions?
negotiating team up here. If that's what your question is, there's no negotiating team that negotiated that?
That's my question. Who negotiated this contract?
Our borough manager along with the AFSCME representative.
So Borough Council did not at all.
Borough Council received copies of it on Monday?
Tuesday. Special delivery on Tuesday.
Special delivery on Tuesday.
I can remember years in past, and again, I know you just don't like to hear what you did in the past, but every single member of council sat down and negotiated contracts, so everybody had input.
I've never sat around a table negotiating.
Well, then you asked, well, I have. And let me tell you, okay, I have asked many times about drug testing. Is there anything in here about drug testing?
There is.
Okay, well, this is it. Can we have a little bit of, because I was told before that drug testing was done routinely to drivers. And I'm sorry, but I have had people tell me that there is no drug testing. There's not even drug testing done in this borough when you hire people. Now, I think we're really, really behind times when we do not do random drug testing, or at least drug testing for people when they're hired.
Thank you. Anyone else this evening?
agenda to remove the control, which will be effective at the end of next year. My question, is that going to be eliminated in the future? There'll be no controller? So you'll have to hire a CPA to do your audits? And at the present time, the controller gets $2,400 a year, I believe. And recently he paid $6,000 to a CPA to do that audit. Maybe you ought to put it on a referendum and remove the controller. Let the people of the town decide, not the borough council. I don't like it. I don't appreciate that. Because I voted for the people. Well, I won't have to ask Mr. Bates about the pool. Because I read a very stunning article in the Courier Time, which is my favorite publication. Yeah, right. I thought they were going to fill it in. Make it a bloodbath, I don't know, whatever you're going to do with it. That's it. There's a couple things personally. Last meeting, there was all kind of problems with the microphones last meeting. I can hear, I don't have all my hearing loss, some of them. But on a number of occasions, people were asked to move closer to the mic so people could understand what they were saying. In addition, sometimes Mr. Carter's talking to Mr. Bates, Nobody knows what's going on. Whether it's related to what's going on, you can't hear because of your sound system, which is like a pool. It's a disaster. The thing that annoyed me the most, Mayor Rebellion, there was a gentleman sitting across on the other side, and he couldn't hear what you were saying. And he said, could you move up or speak louder? And you didn't move up. You moved your mouth. Nothing came out. It's like a mime, you know, they do motions. I don't think that's very nice. You should at least move up and let hear what you were saying. To do that, I think it's ridiculous. I think it's ignorant. I think that's ignorance to do that. Excuse me, Mr. Parker, I'm entitled to my opinion, and it was a fact. I was here and I saw. So it's not hearsay, right, Mr. Joe Kenny? I was here. Basically, that's about it. I read something in one of the ordinance about the control. I read the job description, and there was a section in there that said, if you have less than 10,000 people, your audit should cost you $1,000. If you have more than 10,000, no more than $2,000. I'll have to go back and get my paperwork and bring it back next month. But I read those numbers, and if that's the case, you exceeded by $4,000 because you hired an outside CPA. So basically, and by the way, I will listen to you. I won't get personal. But when things like this happen, that's why I come to these meetings. I'm not running for nothing. Don't waste my time. Because it's not worth my time. I had my 10 minutes of fame in 2 years. It wasn't worth it. So at least be honest and cordial to the people when they speak. If they can't hear you, and they say, move up and speak so they can hear you. If you don't want to do that, shame on you.
Anyone else this evening?
You're up.
A murder again, 90 West Maple Avenue. I am pleased that you're finally at the point to hire full-time officers, and you've hired two, and that is what you're doing tonight. And concern is that the understanding was there would be two full-time officers available to be on the streets of Morrisville to do that protection. One officer you're hiring, as was mentioned before, is a resource officer at the school. So is there going to be a third officer hired? Go back to civil service, or if there's still names on the list. If not, are we going to use additional part-timers so we at least get two full-time equivalents on the street, is what we thought would happen with these new hirings. And of course, with the one part-time officer now, the full-time is also in the school, these last couple of months, that has taken them off the street, so we are again short possibly another part-time officer.
Excuse me for interrupting. Maybe it's this time I bring Chief McClain up to explain to this audience that we are not short on the street, and hiring the two full-time officers was to give them full-time positions, not to necessarily change our roster. We have plenty of part-timers. And it's been a misnomer for months that we're understaffed and that there's not enough people on the streets. So I don't know if you wanted to come up and say anything.
Well, let me finish my comment.
Well, I meant regarding this.
Leave it in order.
Finish, because I think some of the people would like to.
Chief McClain will be speaking during the reports.
Right, okay. Regarding the controller, the council absolutely had the right to do a policy, whatever the law is based on, to not have original documents leave the office even if it's going to another elected official's office. Because things happen in this world that are unexpected, and we have to safeguard the keeping of all the borough records. So I'm going to say that I don't have any issue with the policy itself. But I understand there might have been correspondence that implied, well, why run for this office if you know that's what it is? And I'm going to say to the public that this change in policy occurs slightly less than halfway through the current term of the current controller, Mr. Eric Hellman. So you weren't running for office on a policy that said you had to come in. It is just unfortunate that there couldn't be a compromise in terms of the hours, because this elected official, you know, you are all elected officials, we have part-time, full-time jobs, you're not asked to give up your full-time job hours to come on the council. As you know, one council member is out of town today because of his employment, so that obviously has to come first. But there are salary positions, there are other accommodations that could be made after, 4 o'clock, when the controller who has another full-time job, could have come into the office and review the documents under whoever supervision you would so desire, and that could even be the treasurer or someone. So that's all I wanted to say about that. It's just a motivation. It's a shame there couldn't be a compromise made so that invoices could be reviewed. And once this term is up, you will, as Mr. Farrell mentioned, probably be going to appoint an auditor, and be sure you budget that in next year's budget, because it's going to be, many thousands of dollars more for the taxpayers. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Good evening, Colonel Hendricks, 300 Melvin Court. A couple things. The one bill that was put in a few years ago for the pool, said it was been advertised several times. It was a one-time deal. It has not been taken out, whereas the money been going has been collected the last 2 years. It's been in there and has not been taken out.
It's not in the budget, so.
It's only one time. That money was taken out one time.
One time, this has been stuff.
It was carried over, whatever we didn't spend was carried over year to year.
Okay, but the bill has been taken out. We don't want taxes going down. That's no.
Well, then,
It's bill neutral. I mean, it was taken out.
Because there were raises in the other village accounts. That's why your overall taxes didn't go down.
Second thing, you promised us the Sherlock the Cornerstone investigation, Southern investigations report will be out. We gotta get that. It should be here. Where is our?
We still have 2 lawsuits that are pending, and we have been advised by our insurance company that they're not to be released until those lawsuits are completely settled.
So, when you said we're gonna be able to see, they're out, you have it.
They will be out soon. I just don't know exactly. Until the 2 lawsuits are settled, they will not be released. It's still under
Right.
investigation.
And last thing, there was some pretty strong words put up on the Facebook site by a councilperson about our borough manager. I guess he didn't come out about as far as a referendum to have him removed from borough manager.
Not in this agenda, but
Okay. All right, let's see that happen.
It's not on the agenda tonight, but I'm working on it.
I don't know if the audience had been already said, he's looking to have our borough manager removed from office. From his position.
If I can report for just a second, just so that what happened with that millage that you were speaking about was that the following year with the budget, after that 1 mill was put into the pool, the recreation fund was lowered by the mill, the general fund was raised by the mill. It was still in there, which it should
Chief, can I respond to something?
Certainly, Mr.
About the negotiation of contracts. I've been with this borough 38 years on it. When I came here in '76, the person who negotiated contracts with the non-uniform workers, that's other than police officers, was the borough manager. His name is Robert Stewart. You can't hear me?
No, I can't.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, a little louder.
The person who negotiated contracts back in 1976 and 1978 with the non-uniform workers, that's other than police officers, was the borough manager. His name is Robert Stewart. Not this Bob Stewart, Robert Stewart. When he retired, Mr. Falkenstein was borough manager. He negotiated contracts with the outside, we used to call them outside workers. After Mr. Falkenstein was borough manager, I was borough manager for 7 years. I negotiated the contracts with the AFSCME union. After I left, Mr. Mount was borough manager, and Mr. Mount negotiated contracts with the outside workers. Back in the mid-90s, because I was borough manager and police chief, Borough Council at the time decided that it would be maybe a conflict of interest if I would negotiate the police contract. So they removed the borough manager, who was also police chief, me, from the contract negotiations. And at that point is when council became involved in negotiation of contracts. Since then, council has been negotiating police contracts. I don't think it's the best thing that could be done. Mainly because I don't think council people are as smart as they think they are. That includes me, of course. They're not experienced in negotiating contracts, at least most of them aren't. And council people are contaminated by their own politics. So everything they see is through political lens, whether it's negotiating a contract or talking to somebody else, like you. That is why I don't think council people should be negotiating any contract. That's only my opinion. I'm only one person. That's the history of negotiating contracts here. If anybody has a different slant on that history, prove it to me. I negotiated contracts, Harry Falkenstein negotiated contracts, George Mount negotiated contracts.
Mr. Mount negotiated 2 contracts.
Mr. Bates was properly assigned to negotiate the AFSCME contract. Thank you, Nancy.
Very quickly, my name is George McClay, I'm your chief of police. You're hiring to
George, excuse me, can you go into just this way, the transcriber of the area?
And it goes on the record.
Take it home.
It went on the record.
And once again, my name is George McClay, I'm your chief of police. I'm very proud tonight to hire these 2 full-time officers. They've been here with us for a while. One, yes, is working in the school. And is doing a great job there. He's created some very good relationships with the kids. The administration is very happy with him. He will stay there to the end of the year. It doesn't make sense to put another person in there. Yes, I could put a part-timer in there. It doesn't make sense. The relationships he's already grown with the kids and with the superintendent and with the teachers. I don't want to do that. In September, I've already made arrangements for another officer to take over his duties. So it's all good. You gotta also remember, we hired a police chief and 2 officers. So you got more manpower on the street than you did 6 months ago. I will be hiring another part-timer, at least 1 more part-timer, if not 2. But you gotta give me time. I cannot bring on another part-timer who has no experience. Okay, I'm looking to get the best people that are out there for you. I guarantee it'll be at least always 2 officers on the street. If you remember back a couple months ago when I came in, I told you you would not have 2 part-timers on the street. And you have not. You've had 24-hour-a-day supervision. You have it. You still have it. You'll have it come May when I promote 3 corporals. Hopefully.
That's coming up.
Thank you. And there is a plan for all this. There really is. It's not rocket science. It's basic police management. But I guarantee you'll have 2 police officers on the street 24 hours a day, 7 days. Okay? Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, George.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak
ma'am.
All right, next is the approval of the minutes. We have a regular meeting of February 18th.
Oh, man, hold, man. Can I interrupt one more time? I'm sorry. Somebody asked about the drug question, about drug testing. My officers, so you know, they were hired. They were hired per industry standard. They had a polygraph, they had background done by me, they had a urinalysis, a medical, and a psychological.
That's the police department only.
Man. So I'm just saying for the police department.
I understand that.
Okay, so the police department did hire per industry standard. Okay.
Yeah, we know
Well, I worry about my police department.
I
My
know your
officers.
standards, yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mr. Rilla.
Approval of the minutes of February 18th, 2014. May I have a motion?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Questions or comments on this motion? Tonight you received a copy, a direct copy. The first page had, on the second line, had special council meeting. It's actually a regular. And the second page had special presentations and was placed in the wrong place. We were given those corrections. Any other questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Jack? Okay, thank you. All right, motion carries 8-0. Next, we're moving up, under new business, it's 10B, I'm moving to now. And, it's a motion to approve the hiring of 2 full-time police officers, Justin A. Bickert and Bradley W. Smelter, who have completed all requirements necessary per the civil service regulations. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We'll roll call then.
Yes.
We're doing these names together, Nancy?
Yeah, I have a question on that.
Okay. That's how the motion reads. Comments on the motion?
I think the motion should be for each candidate.
You want to separate the motion, the names out of the motion?
Yes.
All right, he's gonna point, suppose he wants to vote for one and not the other.
All right. It's up to council whether they, yeah, it's
It's
up
up
to.
to whoever makes the motion.
Corinne and Fred, they're going to accept that change. Oh, probably
She doesn't change it. She was the first.
she doesn't.
Then we vote on that.
Maybe that's it is.
I think we should do that, too.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Cicero.
Yes.
Mr. Johnson. Ms. Chronicle.
Yes.
Mr. Parker.
Yes.
Mr. Sanford.
Yes and no.
What is it, yes or no?
Well, because it's for the first one, Justin, I vote yes.
Can't say that. It's either yes or no.
It's gonna be a no vote.
Ms. Smith.
Same thing, should have been divided out, but so be it. No.
Mr. Kerner.
Yes.
Ms. Sherlock.
Yes. Motion carries 6-2. Congratulations.
Congratulations, gentlemen. We
Dave,
just.
good Dave, I'm sorry, Brad. Thank you.
All right, so we'll do Justin first.
do solemnly swear
that I will
support, obey,
and defend
the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of this Commonwealth,
of this Commonwealth,
and that I will
and that I will
discharge the duties
of my office
with fidelity.
Thank you very much.
I, Brad Smeltzer,
Do solemnly swear
do
that I will
support,
obey,
defend
and defend
the Constitution
of the United States,
and the Constitution
of this Commonwealth,
and that I will
discharge
the duties of my office
with fidelity.
The families of the newly sworn officers like to come forward for a couple of communications before we move on. If the families of the newly sworn officers want to come forward with a couple of pictures before we move on, please do so at this time.